Most of the coverage of Claude Design this week missed the real thing. They covered the canvas, the chat interface, the pretty outputs, the Figma stock drop. Entertaining, some of it useful, all of it skipping the feature that actually changes your week. Let me tell you what that is. The design system. Not the canvas, not the conversation, not the prototypes. The thing that sits behind all of them. This episode is about what you're actually buying when you use Claude Design. I'm Leah, this is Claude Unlocked, and this is episode 3 of the design arc. Here's the reframe. You think you're buying a design tool. You're buying a brand memory. That's the whole argument of this episode, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Claude Design isn't Figma, it isn't Canva, it isn't another AI tool that pumps out one design at a time. It's a system that learns who you are visually once and then applies that identity to everything you ever build with it. That's new. That's the moat. Let me define the term properly. A design system is the rules for how your brand looks and behaves. Colors, typography, spacing, components, imagery style, voice, tone. Every major brand you recognize has one. It's the document that makes sure the homepage, the pitch deck, the email header, and the app onboarding all feel like one thing. Most big companies have spent 6 figures and 12 months building theirs. Most solopreneurs, consultants, and creators have never had one. That's about to change. Here's how Claude Design builds yours. During onboarding, you point Claude at your codebase, or you upload your existing brand files, or both. It reads them once. And from that moment forward, every single project you build in Claude Design uses your colors, your typography, your components, your spacing. You don't remind it. You don't upload references. You don't explain the vibe. It knows. Here's why this is not the same thing as a Canva template. A template is one-off. You pick it, you customize it, you try to make it look like you, and you end up looking like everyone else who used that same template. A design system is the opposite. Claude applies your identity first and then solves the design problem inside that identity. Templates flatten you into a category. A design system extends you into a new format. That's a bigger difference than it sounds. Here's what Claude captures when you set your design system up. Your color palette, primary, accent, neutrals. Your typography stack, display, body, monospace. Your spacing and grid, the rhythm and density of your work. Your component patterns, buttons, cards, rule lines. How you separate sections. Your imagery style. Photography, illustration, iconography, how much or how little. And your voice register. Formal, warm, technical, quiet. Everything that makes a thing feel like yours. This is exactly what a designer would build for you over months. Claude does it in an afternoon. Let me show you what I set up for this channel. What I uploaded, my palette hex codes, Inter and JetBrains Mono as my type stack, my grid spec, 3 slide references I'd already made, a short document about the voice and tone I wanted. What Claude now makes, automatically, is every slide on brand, every thumbnail on brand, every banner on brand, without me reminding it of a single thing. One afternoon of setup, permanent consistency. The thumbnails of this episode, and the last one, and the next 3, all feel like one channel because the system is working underneath. Here's the part that matters most if you're running a one-person business. Big companies already have design systems. They hired agencies, they paid consultants, they have Figma libraries with 900 components. Solopreneurs have never had that. They've made do with Canva, templates, and begging a designer friend for help once a year. Claude Design, specifically through the design system feature, just gave everyone access to something that used to cost $50,000. That's the equalizer. If you don't have a code base and you don't have brand files and you don't know where to start, this is for you. 40 minutes of work and you have a design system. Pick 3 references you love, not 10. 3. Brand websites, product pages, posters, whatever stops you when you see them. Upload them to Claude. Ask Claude to extract a system from them. Palette, type, spacing, the whole spec. Then tell Claude to lock that as your default. You now own something most solopreneurs will never own. Borrowed taste becomes your taste faster than you'd expect. Honest caveats. Claude Design captures rules. It doesn't capture taste. You still have to have opinions about what you want. It can maintain more than one design system, which is useful if you have multiple brands, but switching between them isn't seamless yet. And it will default back to generic if you don't actively check the output against your system. Set it, check it, refine it, claim it. Research preview means the edges still move. Here's the arithmetic that makes this actually worth setting up. Every project you build in Claude Design after the first one costs less than the one before. Less time, fewer iterations, less explaining. Because the system is doing more of the work each time. Most software depreciates. Most tools you rent. A design system is an asset that accrues. That's genuinely new in the AI software category, and it's a bigger deal than anyone's discussing yet. 3 of 6. We're at the halfway mark of the design arc. The arc takes a short break now for 2 episodes of the paid arc, before returning with the practical episodes. Episode 4 is the export and handoff pipeline. Episode 5 is a full pitch deck built prompt by prompt. Episode 6 is the honest audit. Subscribe so you don't miss the return. If you take one thing from this episode, take this. Every design you make in Claude Design now starts from you. Not from a template, not from a blank canvas, not from a Google search for inspiration. From your identity. That has never been possible before. Not at this price, not at this speed, not without a designer on retainer. Sit with that for a minute. Your homework. Block 1 hour this weekend. Set up your design system in Claude Design. 3 references, uploaded, extracted, locked. And tell me in the comments what references you chose, because half of the interesting taste on the internet lives in which things people point at and say, I want it to feel like that. I want to see what yours are. That's the arc. See you in the next one.